I know many of you might have some questions about how to do 36 touches a year to your database. Let's break it down. So, a couple different methodologies that you could use to create 36 touches to your database to increase your conversion with the people who already know you, like you, and trust you, and to gain more referrals. So, let's talk about that and let's look at the two different ways that are the easiest ways that you could be doing that. I'm going to hop on to my share screen and we're going to take a look at a couple different methods. Now, these are not the only methods, and yet there are a couple of really great methods. So, number one, I'm going to be showing you all a demonstration from KW Command today. So if you happen to be seeing this video and you don't use KW Command or you're not a part of the KW organization and you really like what you see, I'd love to talk with you. Again, no pressure. I just want to show you what the system and the tool is that I have and how you can execute this. So let's get into it. A couple of things that you could be doing here. So number one, there's already some smart plans in the library, and smart plans are just automated plans that you can set up to help you automate tasks. They can help you automate texting. They can help you automate emails and other types of communications, right? So those are some things that you could be doing. So this is what the smart plans look like when you come in. I've actually kind of like Rachel read this a little bit for you, and I am going to show you a plan that I actually highly recommend to many agents when I am training one-on-one and coaching with folks around this specifically. So let's look at the library. So I came to the library and I'm going to go back in and just do this search again so you can see exactly how this works. And I searched for my good friend Patrick here because he creates a lot of really amazing smart plans. And so when you go in here, you don't have to scroll very far to find his 36 touch support. And so this is an easy button smart plan. It stitches together several different plans to create the effective 36 touch outline, right? So it's the bones of the activities. You still have to do the activities, and yet they're there. Some of them are going to be automated and some of them are going to be not automated, right? They're going to just be things that you have to literally manually go in and do. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I'm going to add this smart plan, and it shows you all the plans that are connected to this plan. If you already have some of the different plans that are kind of woven through this particular plan structure, it will show the successful download. And then you have these other things that are there that you may not have. So I'm going to hit download on these, and just so I have all of the pieces. Okay. So we're going to go in just like this and hit download. Okay. So when we download this, it's going to put all of these plans stitched together in the library. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is hop over to my smart plans. We'll just refresh this screen and I should have, there it is, my 36 touch support. So when we go in here and click the edit button, it's going to show you that it's going to give you some different tasks to do along the way, in addition to adding it to plans that will either automate the activity or it will give you automated tasks. So reminders of things to be doing. So when you look through this plan, you'll be able to click on each step and see the information to the right and make additional edits to it should you need to or want to. And it's going to, like I said, it's going to walk you through exactly how it was all stitched together. Okay. So let's just break down what this plan is going to be doing. Number one here, it's going to be doing a biweekly neighborhood nurture. If those people in your database that are connected to this plan have an email address and a mailing address attached to their contact record. If they don't have both of those items, it will skip these steps. It just has to have those in order for it to execute. The next part is it's going to add them to what's called a quarterly call plan. I've got some pro tips around this that I'm going to share with you here in a second. But what this is going to do is it's effectively going to set up a call task on that person. So let's say you add Susie Q to this plan today. And so today it's going to have you do this task up here. And then it's also going to automatically add her to this biweekly neighborhood nurture, which is going to send her biweekly, every other week, twice a month, information about the neighborhood in which she lives with the active listings, the sold and pending listings. So that information is going to be going out to that person as soon as you set this up. Okay. Then it's going to wait. The next day, it's going to have you, check the task, confirming that you have information that's needed, right? And then it's going to put that task into the system for you to make a call to Susie Q, right? Hey, Susie Q, it's Jessica Borden, Keller Williams Realty. Just giving you a call today because I wanted to touch base with you. Whatever it is that you're calling them about, it can be a care call, it doesn't have to be a business call. Then what will happen is it will schedule 90 days out, another call, 90 days out, another call, 90 days out, another call, and so on until the end of time. Okay. So that is important to know. Like I said, the pro tip around this is when you're adding people to this particular woven together smart plan with this quarterly call plan kind of sandwiched in there, you don't want to add 100 people, 50 people, gosh, I mean, probably even 20 people to it at once, because all of those call tasks are going to hit on the same day. So the number of people that you add to this plan at once, it will automatically set up like that many tasks for you to call. That will become overwhelming quickly. I'll be able to show you a quick and easy way to overcome that and not put yourself into that, oh no, I've created too many tasks, I'm overwhelmed and I'm not going to do any of them, right? So I'll show you that here shortly. Then the next day, it's going to add them to what's called like, comment, message. So this is basically just a smart plan that will give you a task to execute some type of social media interaction with them. That's going in, looking at their most recent post, liking it, commenting on it, or sending them some type of message. Maybe you called her the day before and she did not answer, did not call back. So then you're on Facebook, Instagram, like LinkedIn, wherever you connect with that person. It says Facebook, and yet you can use any of those platforms, right? So then you send them a message. Hey, I didn't connect with you yesterday. Just wanted to see how you're doing or whatever, right? So you can make those connections. I usually like to escalate those up, right? Like start with a like and a comment and then a message, not just go straight in for the DM, right? That could be a little creepy. So then the next day, you're going to look at this next piece and it's going to add them to a birthday smart plan. Don't worry, it's not going to send them happy birthday on the 4th day. It's going to actually look at their profile. And if they have a birthday in their profile, whenever that birthday comes around, that smart plan will execute. So just know that it's only going to execute on their birthday if you have a birthday in the system. If you don't have their birthday in the system, it will just skip it, right? It won't do anything. But the great thing is if you were really following this methodology and you go to their Facebook, right, on the day before, then you probably are going to be able to quickly find their birthday and add that into the system so that the next day when it adds them to the birthday plan, it's going to have a birthday there to execute those steps. So just will also let you know that the birthday plan has a Twilio or task text message step in it. Twilio is an automation or a task, depending on if you have that service or not plugged into your command. But that is something that you can automate should you desire to do that. So that's important to know. The other piece there is that it's going to add them to the home anniversary past client smart plan. So obviously, if you do not know when they purchased their home and you do not have a home anniversary, maybe you didn't sell them the home or you have not yet sold them a home, you don't have a home anniversary. That will, again, just sit there until home anniversary is executed into the system, right? It's put in there. The great thing is that with the power of things like tax records and things like that, if you do happen to know that Susie Q lives at 123 Sunshine Boulevard, you could go and find her in tax records, see when she purchased the home, and put her home anniversary in there so that you're still celebrating her home ownership anniversary, even if you are not the one who put the keys in her hand, right? So this is the stitching together of all of these plans. The other thing that I would like for you to know is that when you go in and you look at these, you can actually go to each individual plan and make edits. So if you look at the home anniversary past client plan, for instance, It's going to give you some information here about what that task looks like and what this call looks like. So you can take a look at that, and it automates this information with using merge fields, right? So like if it's Susie Q, it's going to say call Susie Q, and then the description is call Susie Q at 555-5555 as part of the home anniversary smart plan. Her home anniversary date is July 3rd, 2020. So it's going to actually give you all that information straight out of their record. So you're not having to look it up when you're taking these actions. Okay. But you can go in there and make some adjustments to anything that is in these individual plans. But you must do it before you begin executing the plan. Once you have an active plan, any steps that are coming forward may or may not allow you to make edits. Some steps do, some steps do not. So just get all of this framework set up ahead of time. Okay. So the pro tip that I was going to show you is if I went over into my contacts, and don't worry, I'm not going to send anybody, if you see your name here, I'm not going to send you anything. Okay. I'm just going to execute this. So let's just say I have 475 people here. If I come and select all 475 of these people in my database, right? And I want to add them to a smart plan, and I want to add them to this 36 touch support smart plan. When I select this, I definitely do not want to call or text or manually take action on Facebook or otherwise with 475 people at once. That sounds like a terrible idea. So what you can do is skip down to this third option and be real with yourself. How many people are we going to be talking to every day, right? How many people am I going to commit, cement in blood, right? How many people am I going to commit to speak to every day? So if my number is something like 5, that's okay, right? So maybe your number is 5, okay? So if you have 5, just know that 5 into 475 is the number of days that it's going to take for you to get through every single one of these people. Now, if you want and intend to be more specific with your lead generating time, you may say something like, I'm going to do 10 or 15, right? Then that obviously that number of days that it will take for you to get through 475 is relatively quick, right? So when you look at this, the other thing you can do is take the number divided by 90 days, because the quarterly call plan is a 90-day schedule roll. So if you want to make sure you call every single person in that 90 days, you could divide 475 by 90, and then that's the number of people that you need to be reaching out to daily. Now, this is 7 days a week, guys, not 5 days a week. Okay. So just know that as you go into this. But if you stagger start 15 a day, you do need to agree to the TCPA disclaimer that you are not going to be reaching out or connecting with anybody that's on a do not call list, sending pre-recorded or automated messages. So just make sure that you are abiding by those rules for the Telephone Consumer Protection Act in the do not call list. This is important. So you'll confirm that, and then that will start that plan for everyone. Now, there's a second strategy that you could take. Okay, so let's talk about a second strategy. The second strategy that you could take is you could be working through your database and working on organizing them in a way that you would be calling them according to a specific schedule. The schedule that typically we see here at my office is something called DT-D2. So that's DT-D2. And that is basically a schedule of 2-letter groups that are going to be people that you are calling on a regular basis. You're calling them 4 times per year, and you're scheduling that out. So what you could be doing is sort by last name, A through Z, right? And then as you're working through this, let's move this down. Let's just do 25 per screen. So as I look at this, I want to find everybody with an A last name, okay? So The first set of DTD2 letters is A and W, and I will make sure to provide a link to the schedule for DTD2 so that you know what that looks like. So here's all these people with an A last name. Next action I'm going to take is I'm going to add a tag, and I'm going to add A and W. Okay, so you could do it like that, or you could do it like this. Actually, like this better. A and W. Okay, we're going to create a tag A and W. I'm going to make it green for money, and then we're going to hit create tag, and I'm going to submit that. And now all of those people have an A and W tag. So like as I scroll over, you will see the A and W tag on them. So then the next thing that I want to do is I want to move forward through all of my people. Let's go all the way to the end and work our way here. So now here's the W's. So I could go through and find all of my W's, right? All with a W last name. We're going to go through and get all of those. We're going to mark those with the A and W tag as well. So we're going to go here, add tag. My A and W tag is already here. I'm going to submit that. So now what I can do is I could actually go to my filters, go to A and W, and I have 40 people in my A and W group. Okay. So that 40 people in my A and W group, if I'm starting my A and W calls, let's say I'm starting them next Monday, and I'm going to spend all week calling those people with the A and W. Okay. So I'm going to spend all week doing that. What I could be doing is then I could take all 40 of these people and I could schedule them into the SmartPlan, right? So this same one, I could schedule them into this SmartPlan, starting them next Monday, maybe Sunday if I want to. Let's start them on Sunday. Okay. So that'll start the biweekly neighborhood nurture on Sunday, and then I can start calls here, right? So your call task will set up right here. So you could set up all 40 of these people to where your call task will hit right here on the 28th. And then you could just work through the week. 40 divided by 5, it's going to be 8 people a day, right? So you could be calling through them 8 people a day. I could do this and then hit confirm. And then that would schedule those people out. And then the next group that I could do would be B and E. I would go and mark all my B's, B and E tag, all my E's, B and E tag, come back here, and then I would come in and schedule all of these people for the B and E tag, which would be the following week. I would start all of them on May 4th, okay? And then C and K on the 11th, D and O on the 18th, and so on and so forth. So then I would go through and schedule out all of the letter groups, all 13 letter groups, until I have scheduled all 13 weeks. And then from there, everything else will automate. So those are 2 quick, fast ways that you all could be going through and not only organizing your database with this second strategy, marking everybody with tags so that you have them grouped, but additionally getting them into 36 effective touches that are happening through the year so that these people know you more, they like you more, they trust you more, and they see you as their trusted real estate advisor. I hope that this has been helpful to you, because sometimes the DTD2 and doing things like putting people into touch programs can be really, really daunting mentally, but just seeing somebody walk through it quickly and effectively will make it so much simpler for you. Again, I hope this is helpful to you. If you don't use Keller Williams Command and you'd like me to help you with whatever system you do use, I'd love to chat with you about that. If you see what things inside of Keller Williams Command that you really love and you're like, wow, I would love to know more about that, I would love to talk with you about that too. So I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.